I don't have my dad and mom because my mom left me. Dad gave us to the children's center.
Дитячий центр.
My mom has died. Dad also died. The first time the Lord spoke to my heart regarding orphans was when I was 11, and I was a pupil of the monastery at that time. We were taken outside in pairs. We stood in front and sang, and one day I noticed that old women started crying when we were. I was wondering why, and our mentor, Mother Raphael, told us that immediately after the Second World War, the monastery used to be a school shelter for orphaned girls. I remember how strongly my heart started beating. I felt so sorry for those children, and ever since that day, I have continued dreaming about what could be done for orphans.
Let your blood and mercy poured, let your gracious body broken be to me, oh Lord, be to me, oh Lord.
I go to orphanages because I love spending time with these kids. I see them like my family members. We try to prepare the program in a way that would fill the entire weekend we spend together, so that it is interesting for them.
One of the purposes of the fund Circle of Friends is to organize and to conduct camps for orphans.
I do this for you, I do this for love, I do this for the life we've been dreaming of. I give you my word, attached with my heart, and nothing in this world could ever tear us apart. I do this for you,
Все, что происходит в лагере, называется программа.
Everything that happens in a camp is called a program. It is what we are preparing for camp. The program includes worships both in the evening and morning, discussions and games. The positive attitudes and moods of each pupil and each employee in the camp makes up the supportive atmosphere. We prepare a program where we cannot prepare the atmosphere, and right after the camp ends, the kids remember the program elements, a sermon, songs, the games they played. But after the passage of time, they will forget the sermon. They might even forget the specific Bible verses that were taught. But they will always remember the atmosphere. They will say, "We felt good in that camp, and we were loved there."
2 months is too little. They let him go. They had no sudden healing. To think that Providence would take a child from his mother while she prayed.
Вперше Бог звернув мою увагу на
The first time that God called my attention to orphans was right after my marriage to my husband. The first month after our wedding, we went to a camp for orphans. Since that time, God has given me the opportunity to serve these children. God gives the desire to serve boarding school graduates. When the graduates leave their boarding schools at the mandatory age of 18, they are facing independent living, which they are not ready for. We have created a social dormitory where we help girls to prepare for independent living. They will learn to cook and to take care of their place. We want to become friends to these children, to support them. We sincerely believe that this friendship and support will become a part of their lives. We can help them, and their lives will be better. In turn, the fate of their children too will be better than what they had.
їхні долі будуть кращими, долі їхніх дітей також будуть кращими, ніж мали вони.
A child should grow up in a family as God intended. My dream to get home to my mom. I wish I had a mom and a dad. I would like to live in a family, and my parents could be happy there. Adoption is a priority in our ministry, and if there's any possibility, the slightest, to find the child a family, so he or she can get a second chance, we pursue it.
Мы ехали на кемп.
We went to the camp to rest, and she was sitting on the second seat in the car. I asked her, "We really want you to be our daughter forever." I did not expect, and I said, "Yes, I want it." I'm happy to know the circle of friends. Due to them, I have got my family. Every time we go through the adoption process, it feels like a miracle. It very much looks like the birth of a child. It takes almost the same time, the process of adopting. And the joy is no less, perhaps even more, because an adult human being comes into the family. Experiencing the joy, disbelief. I cannot believe. Say a few words. Cool days today. Ask any child in an orphanage what he wants most in the world, and he will tell you, the family. Orphanhood has always been, and apparently always will remain, a problem of our society. We cannot help all the children, but each of us can help at least one child, and each of us can make at least one child happy.